I was introduced to YouTube when I was 8 years old by my older sister. She showed me all sorts of things that were quintessential to old YouTube. Charlie Bit My Finger, Charlie the Unicorn, Charlie Is So Cool, like a lot of Charlies, thinking back on it. At first I was mostly interested in the sort of things that 8-year-olds on YouTube were interested in at the time. The more cartoony things that I could understand a bit, like Potter Puppet Pals, Astive Movie, Mr. Weeble, etc. My sister, who was about 13 at the time, was more into vloggers. As I mentioned, she introduced me to Charlie McDonnell, or Charlie Is So Cool Like, and he was actually the first vlogger to catch my attention. He did silly things and didn't require any high-level thinking to understand. As far as high-level thinking goes, though, she also showed me the Vlogbrothers, who didn't win me over straight away, I'll be honest. But watching John drink a blended Happy Meal and listening to Hank tell many jokes in short amounts of time eventually piqued my interest. Because of them being such a huge part of my childhood, I actually remember being very excited the first time a teacher pulled up a crash course video in class. Then there was Dan and Phil. I remember Dan's Truth or Dare videos and Phil's interactive choose-your-own-adventure style videos involving the YouTube annotations. And of course, Phil Is Not on Fire and Amazing Dan, but I don't know if we speak about that anymore. With all of these vloggers that I was actually interested in, I started looking for and watching their videos on my own time, even though my mom didn't permit me to watch YouTube, which, looking back, was a fair call. There were very few regulations on YouTube at the time, and I am quite lucky that I didn't see any more interesting things. Basically, anytime I was on a computer, I would check in on Charlie, Dan, and Phil's channels to see if anything new was posted, and if anything wasn't, I would just rewatch an old video of theirs that I hadn't seen before. I loved watching YouTube videos so much that when I was 9, I asked for a camcorder for Christmas, and I got one. I dreamed of making my own vlogs even back then, but I didn't really want to or know how to share them at all. That was honestly probably for the better. When I was 10, I decided to make my own YouTube channel, and in case you're wondering, it is the very one that I'm uploading to today. If you check the About section of my channel, you should see a little thing that says, joined in December of 2011. That's accurate, by the way. I'm 18 in 2019, so I was 10 in 2011. Math. I still never posted anything until 2017, though. I mostly, at the time, just wanted to be able to hit like and subscribe and comment below, because, you know, you couldn't do that without an account. As time went on, my affinity for YouTube didn't die out like many people's did. It just kept growing. Here I am today, still watching Dan and Phil and John and Hank. Of course, I found many new creators that make all sorts of things that I love, not just vlogs. When people ask me what kind of stuff I watch on YouTube, I never really know what to say, because at this point in my life, I watch such a slew of seemingly random videos. I watch Let's Plays, short films, music theory videos, science videos, makeup tutorials, top 10 lists, movie reviews, animated videos, sketch comedy. If you can name a YouTube genre, I've probably seen something from it. And aside from ASMR, I've probably enjoyed something from that category as well. ASMR just makes me uncomfortable. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Despite the array of videos I watch, the ones I find myself coming back to the most often are still vlogs. I've never quite understood why I enjoy them so much, but I think I might have started to figure it out. A lot of my favorite vloggers started on YouTube before it was seen as this big thing that could get you rich and famous quickly with little effort. They started because they were bored, or because they were lonely, or because it just seemed like a fun thing to do. They just picked up any camera they could record on and started talking. No worries about getting the most views, or lighting everything perfectly, or framing it just right. It wasn't about how to get an audience to pay attention. It was about the process of making something and being able to be honest and just doing something they enjoyed. When I started making YouTube videos, it was partially because I wanted to make music, but I also wanted someone to listen to it. I wanted someone to care that wasn't just friends or family who would be nice to me because they loved me. I wanted a reaction, and I wanted it to be real. The thing is, though, even though I do enjoy a lot of the process of making music and making videos, it's slowly become entirely motivated by my desire to have someone pay attention. And on top of that, I've realized that a lot of the stuff that I make isn't stuff that I would watch myself. As I was watching some vlogs a few days ago, some content that I do enjoy, I found myself wishing again that I could make something that was that fun and easy. Just sit and talk and be honest and do something more interesting with my time than all of the scrolling on Instagram and Twitter that I do. I felt bored, and lonely, and like maybe filming myself talk could be fun. So here I am. I've reached what might be the correct mindset to make a vlog. So that's what I'm doing. No fancy equipment, no cares about who sees this. Just a story I wanted to tell, and no one in particular to tell it to. In a 10-year deep YouTube rabbit hole, I finally understand why people do this. And to some extent, I think those exact reasons are what made me keep digging into this hole for all this time.